I ain't drunk. I'm just drinking. But you're so high. Oh man, you know I ain't high. But you're so high. Yeah, well I just take a little sip every now and then. But you're so high. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Oh, come on now, you all don't feel like that.
Bam! Hey kids, welcome back. I am going to do a frame review and a build overview of one of my favorite frames. My two favorite frames by far or manufacturers of frames, makers of frames, whatever, are both what I call mom and pop shops, Mocha and CampFire. And you guys have heard me and seen me rant on about Mocha for like, what, over a year, and I still love them. I've got like, I think I've got 3 or 4 more of them coming. A couple of them are for friends. I'm building with a Mocha JJ and doing a build video on a Mocha JJ. I have a couple more Griffs coming. I've got, you know, whatever. I love Mocha. I love the carbon. I love the design. I love the thought, and I love how they fly. But I also love CampFire quads. And I've built 2, one of which was the Bomb Pop, right? Which we did a while back. And the other one, you guys might have seen when we were clocking the radar stuff, the Cherry Bomb. Bam! Love it. Bomb Pop is a stretched X. This one's a straight X or true X. And absolutely love them. This is the way to build it right here. Use the HGLRC or similar micro stack, a 20 by 20 stack, 40 amp. Thing weighs absolutely nothing. We clocked it at like, I can't remember if it was 98 or 96 or some crazy shit. Thing just flies like a bat out of hell. And they're very strong. They give you extra arms, 5 mil. I haven't broke one yet, and I fly like an idiot. And I crash like a bigger idiot, right? Roto Twister. Anyway, and I also know Chris, not personally, but we've talked, the guy who is the inventor of this bird. And I wanted to do a review. I bought another one off of him, and I forgot to pay shipping, not to pay that. So he's like, dude, you forgot. Anyway, great guy, great product, and it's cheap. I mean, reasonably cheap for what it is. So first off, the canopies he prints in nylon, which I really, really, really like because you can dye nylon. You just go to your local hobby store like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joanne Fabrics, one of those type of joints where chicks go to buy clothes, you know, what do they call that shit? Cloth, whatever. And you can buy dye, the clothing dye, by, what is it, Rita or Rit or something. I'll put a link to the description of the dye that I use. And like Bomb Pop, the American flag jobby, I dyed that. I left the center white, dyed the red and blue, and you know, that was it. Took 10 minutes and cost $6. Better than paint. It never chips. It's forever. I did Cherry Bomb too, and I did this one. This is the new one that we're reviewing. I think I did purple on there. I don't know. I didn't do a great job on this one. I don't care. It's cool. And I think that's yellow. So yeah. So those of you that print, if you can print in nylon, do it, because you'll sell more prints. You can dye it, you can make it your own. It's very cheap, very easy. You don't have to do a hydro dip or a paint job. Usually what I do with these is after I dye them, I do shoot them with clear coat, just give it a little bit of shine, no big deal. So here's the frame. This is how it comes. It comes in an envelope, and then you open the envelope, here's another envelope, right? And it comes with this little neat little string, very home touch thing, very cool. I love these frames. You know, CampFire quads and Mochas are like potato chips or tattoos, depending on who you are. You can't just have one. I have a whole wall full of these things. But my 2 main birds are Mocha and CampFire. I just love them. And I like supporting them any way I can. So here it is. Bam. We've got all the hardware in its own separate little baggie. We've got 5 arms, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Base plate, top plate, and he actually puts in instructions, which, yeah, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to put together a frame, but it's nice to have nonetheless. Very, very cool. Very cool. So let's open this thing up. I'm going to do just a quickie review of this. I'm going to pop it together. You guys don't need to see me put bolts in. And then I'll come back. We'll do a weight on it, all that good stuff. Then I'm going to go build it real quick and then let you guys take a look. I did not order a micro stack for this one, unfortunately, but that's okay. It's still going to be cool. All right. So what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Very nice carbon. I love this dude's carbon. Very cool stuff. It's getting the right size. 5mm arms. Very nice. And he does give you a spare. And amazingly, these are so good. JJ still has all his spares. And I break some shit. Y'all seen me fly. All right. So there's those. And then you got your bottom plate, your top plate, which is 2mm, both of them. And battery gripper pad thing. I don't use these, but it's a cool touch nonetheless. And then you've got your standoffs that actually get inserted into the canopy. Well, they don't get inserted. You screw your canopy down to it. All very, very good hardware, and it's got the hammer nuts that pull down into the frame, which is very, very cool. So, very straightforward on how you build this thing. So I'm gonna pop this thing together and I will be right back. And we're back. There's my smoking hot wife bending over planting flowers. So cool. Anyway, I'm in the garage, obviously. So, all put together, there's the stretched X. Bam! Very cool. Let's see what the all-up weight... Come here! Say hi! She won't. She's all grinning and all shy. So pretty. I'm watching her bend over and play in the mud. Alright, here we go. We've got all up 74, and that is a stretched X. So, we're going to use T-Motor F60 Pro 2s on this, the Kakute F4 tower, this little receiver I did the other day. I have two. Where'd the tower go? Oh well, it's around here somewhere. I'll find it. And the F60s and all that. So I'll slap it together and we will check it out. Be right back. And we're back. All right, here we go. Here it is. I have not made an antenna for this yet. I stole this off another bird, but there it is. So I changed my mind, all right? I still have to mount the antennas, no big deal. And I think I got a cool way to do that. And then what else do I have to do? I've set it up on Betaflight, or Butterflight, sorry. And that's about it. But I did change my mind. I did not use the Kakute stack in this. I did use the F60 Pro 2 motors, which are bad to the bone. These things are so fast. Far view antenna, of course. I used a Runcam Micro because I had it laying around. I always use Foxeer Micro Arrows, but whatever. I soldered the ESCs from the bottom just to save space so I wouldn't have to trim out the canopy. Normally you wouldn't have to do that. Campfires are perfectly spaced, but I'm running low on spacers and my new ones haven't come in yet, so I had to use a little bit higher than I normally would. So just to save space and not to cut up the canopy, oops, smoking hot wife interruption. Bam, she just went back in the house. So just so I wouldn't have to cut up the canopy, I soldered them through the bottom. But I did change it. I was going to use the Kakute, and I decided to use a Helio Spring FC instead. And I have to admit, there's a couple things I really like about it. The Helio Spring, in case you guys don't know, has an F3 and an F4 processor. It has both processors, okay? Very, very cool. I'll tell you, I haven't flown it yet, but I've got some friends, Antimatter. Shout out to you, brother. He's the one that kind of turned me on to this. I've known about the FC before, but he's like, I don't know, I was just kind of like, whatever. And he's like, oh, dude. And I saw him fly, and the dude is just fucking fantastic. I'm going to put a link to his page down the bottom in the description. Antimatter, he's just phenomenal flyer. He's amazing. But anyway, he turned me on to this, right? And he's like, use it with a 32-bit ESC. So we did. We used a Kamikaze 35 amp 32-bit ESC. And then the thing I really dig about this flight controller is the fact that they use rails for the 5-volt and ground. I don't know if you can really see that. Let me grab, what did I do with the print? Shit. Bam, hang on. Oh well, I don't know where it went. Fuck it. So, anyway, you've got 5-volt band here and negative here, which is really, really cool. I like that. Instead of individual pads, put a rail in. There's things like as long as 3 of these long, and you can just tag. Works out great. The one thing that will get you in the end, though, if you don't know, is you have to put a solder blob on the V-bat right here, if that's how you're bringing it in, because I brought in my motor signal wires in, and then V-bat in here. The one thing I don't like about this flight controller is that the motor input leads are on the corners, which is really kind of fucked up. It's kind of weird, you know, but anyway. I need to apologize to Chris from CampFire Quads, because I told him, I was like, I give him shit the other day. I said, when's the new frame coming out? And he said, oh, it's coming out. It's a secret, blah, blah, blah. Great guy. And I told him, I said, I love your shit so much, dude. I'm going, and I did buy this. This was not a gimme. I said, I'm going to do a build video. But really, build videos are boring. I'm sorry. It's like you've seen one monkey wire up motors. You've seen another one. So anyway, yeah, great frame. I love this thing. Love it. A little too vertical with the camera. But anyhow, so sorry, Chris. I did a build overview of the frame. My build time on this was about 45 minutes without smoking hot wife and super cute kid interruptions. With those interruptions, it was 2 hours, but yeah, about 45 minutes, no big deal. But I still have to do the antenna leads and set it up, obviously. Build an antenna for it, but other than that, we use the VTX02 antenna. So basically, same thing as the VTX03, but it's stuck on 200 milliwatts. You cannot change it. Yeah, just absolute. This bird is going to be smoking. Let's see what our all-up weight is. Now, I should have built this with a 40 amp micro stack, like I did with Cherry Bomb, but that's okay. The Helio's pretty freaking bad. I can't wait to try it out. 279, yeah, that's respectable. That's without a strap, so you figure 285. Yeah, bad to the bone. Another shout out that I want to do is to Mr. Arby, who is also in Texas. Dude, he's a good friend of mine. If you haven't checked out his channel, I'm putting a link in the description to his channel too. He's new into the hobby, but he's very intelligent, very good builder, and he lives in Texas. And check out his stuff. He's pretty straightforward, great guy. And anyway, Mr. Arby, check out CampFire Quads because they're in the same area as you. Bam, give them some support. So anyway, kids, there it is. I'll do a pop test of this baby tomorrow when it's not raining. So keep your shiny side up. Have a good one. Bye.
Bam, JJ! Hope you like fishing. Bam, JJ! Hey, JJ! Hope you like fishing.